internet friends, and welcome to episode number 157 of Final Boss TV. Normally your WoW in-game rating show. Today it's one of those weird, I talk almost by myself all the time that I've done before. Updates and Q&A and channel forward, future site, mumbo jumbo. I'm gonna say it again. We did one of these back in June, like the mid-year. And I said, it won't be 2 hours long. It was 2.5 hours. So, to make sure we get through all the stats, the nitty-gritty, the updates, the channel future, the giveaways, the Patreon updates, the survey coming out, all this stuff, I am sitting down today, not by myself, someone to keep track of time, even though I'm the one that has the timer right here. So, Zillions is joining me today, my brand manager, and not technically her first time out on the internet, because you could have done that at BlizzCon, but hi, Z.
Hi.
Are you ready to talk to everybody?
I am so not ready.
No, you're not? No?
Nope, not at all.
Well, okay. Your calendar with your... What is that with the Horde and Alliance symbols behind you? Is that just like a wall scroll? We can't see the Horde symbol.
I could move my camera, but I don't want to break things. But there's a Horde one above it and an Alliance one below it. It's like a canvas thing.
Oh, I was going to make fun of it because we can barely see the Horde symbol because that's how it's supposed to be because the Horde are gross. That's right.
It's equal representation because my sister plays the Horde and I play the Alliance. But there's, an Alliance. You also can't see that, but there's an Alliance banner there. So, extra Alliance representation here.
So what you're telling me is you're just a big old nerd.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Yeah, okay.
It's true.
That's right. It is, excuse me, I'm leaving. What'd you say? Exactly. Horde is on top
Love
because
everyone.
they're better. Ugh.
Well, it's all about what's on the camera. The only thing you can fully see is the Alliance.
That's true.
Lion.
That's actually true. That's what it matters.
I could move my head over here, and then all we could see are Murlocs, and Murlocs are neutral. So I'll hang out over here.
Well, despite everyone's popular opinion on the game, Murlocs shouldn't be neutral. We should have Murlocs in the game, whatever. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, internet. It's just not gonna happen. Nope.
How's this angle? Am I good?
I don't know. That's up to chat. They can decide that for you.
Okay.
They can decide that for you.
I'll cover it.
But
no one can fight.
I wanted to make sure that I open the show with just the normal plug for Patreon because, again, we would not be sitting here. I'm saying we in this sense because, in a way, if Final Boss TV didn't exist, then Zillions wouldn't be sitting down there right now dealing with all of my malarkey. But Truffles, Ludovicus, Taislin, R4, Dalthier, Screws Loose, and Mia, thank you for the assistant producer pledges on Patreon, of course. If you would like to continue the show moving forward and the content that comes therein, we actually are pretty close to the Molten Store opening, as you can see on this version of the site. But we'll go over Patreon a lot more in the future. A whole segment of the show is we devoted it to that. But that is why we're sitting here, and we'll go over the YouTube adpocalypse in a little bit too, just because that should be mentioned at least. But yeah, if you want to support the show, you can click the subscribe buttons up there on Twitch. Wait, let me change my screen region. It's right there. I think it's like right there because there's the bits one. And chat got mad at me before. I was like, you're pointing at the bits button. And of course, on YouTube, you can subscribe there. And that's free, though. YouTube subscription is free. Yeah. That one would be like down there, I think. Or there. They moved it. I don't know where it is. But whatever it is. So I want to open up with... Usually I just start babbling by myself, but now I have someone I can throw things to. Is that the last live Q&A that I did, like channel update, was June 2nd, 2017. So like the mid-year, and then there's an end-of-year one, right? In the summer, and then at the end of the year. So it's been 6 months, just about 6 months since then. And I guess the biggest thing that has changed since that period of time, when I rambled for 2.5 hours, was that, and the reason why Z's sitting down here is because I have a brand manager now. So Z, what the hell does that even mean? What do you even do? Because I get asked, like Bellular asked me, like, what does having a manager do? And then when you were setting up the shows with Preach and Novel before, I know that Preacher was talking to you about some stuff too, and he has one, but it's his wife. So
right.
you're just.
I got asked that so much at BlizzCon, it was crazy. Yeah. I think the best one was when Sko asked, and my answer was, I'm setting up a new brand line of underwear for you, and he thought I was being serious. I don't know if you remember that. But basically, what a brand manager does is, it's an overall planning, developing, and directing marketing efforts. Basically increasing the value of the brand, basically Bay's brand being Final Boss TV. And that sounds really boring, but what I've done so far for Bay is we've created like a little internal site. It's very businessy. I'm going to say, business, numbers.
Yep.
But, organizing Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, his sponsorships, helping get things organized between himself, his artists, and the artwork projects that he has going. Also organizing community events between himself and the viewers and other community members, and social media and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm doing for Bay in a nutshell, answering emails, doing correspondence between him, helping with his travel for different events that he's gone to, and, watching his bags at BlizzCon. That one was a really important part too. So
I brought that up in the way with the cosplay show last week about how having handlers for cosplay actors is you need that boyfriend, that girlfriend, that friend of yours that carries all your stuff. But in the same way, that happened you carried the camera stuff with me a couple of times.
Yeah.
But I guess to clear that air, I know because we keep getting asked, but no, like Z is married. We're just been friends for like 3-4 years now. 4
at least, yeah.
Because we started working on war crime stuff together way back in the day. That's like 3 years ago now at this point. And it's just slowly rolled forward from there to now that it becomes something a little more official. Because you were the +1 media pass with me at BlizzCon this year that Jay hooked us up with. Jay Kartja hooked us up with. Shout out to Jay.
Yeah, hi Jay.
But
if he's ever gonna watch this,
yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But as we're testing it live again, this show is of course hosted completely on Discord, which is still having intermittent pixelation problems for whatever reason. I don't know why. We'll have to send even more feedback. But we will see how that works. So that's what that is, because I think everyone's been poking me about that. And it was under wraps for like 2 to 3 months where I kept saying, I have a meeting with someone. We didn't like let the cat out of the bag until more recently. So
yeah, you would say your manager, and
yeah,
then it was just right before BlizzCon that you said it was me. I think it was because I was going to be at BlizzCon with you, obviously. So people, I guess, had to know.
Right, that's true. They had to know because they were like, "Who's this girl following you around with your camera bag or whatever?" So, well, hopefully in the future I'll have a cameraman. That's the goal.
Let's hope so. I mean, that camera bag was not heavy at all. But,
no,
cumbersome.
Oh gosh, cats, bags. This must be a Bay show. Well, I guess the show's over. Sorry, I mean, Tia's here. As with everything else, that's the show. Everyone, I'm sorry. That's yep. There's the end. Good job, Tia. You shut down a live show. Way to go. No, but for real,
my husband's been on the stream before when we were playing like speedrunners and stuff. He's been on the stream. Not like with face, but
right, just voice.
With voice.
But I guess the first thing I want to crack into, I'll just go right back over to the Patreon stuff. I'll just throw this back up on screen right now with this little bloop. But I mean, did you want to walk through what we were aiming at getting here? Or I mean, I can go through the tiers real quick, and if you want to expound upon them. Because there's still some more stuff to be done. There's artwork coming for the tiers. There is a rework of the whole middle section of all this soon. Because without going into the YouTube apocalypse stuff right off the bat, this is easily the most important thing you can do for anyone out there on the internet right now that you want to keep doing stuff. If you want, unless they're like way established and already integrated with some big MCO and they're already doing sponsored deals and brand deals or whatever, then they're set, right? In a way. Otherwise,
right.
Because just the way you have to diversify right now online, So we knew that we needed to do a huge rework to this to make the rewards feel tangible, the unlocks feel important, and your monetary investment actually getting something back. But we can't do a ton because then it comes into too much. If it's too much physical stuff, then you get behind on the digital stuff, and you can't just give digital stuff away all the time because then there's nothing that people feel that they're getting back physically or directly from us. So the big thing that we did is we smushed some stuff into the tier 2, the rare tier, which is the $2 or more. So this is the base amount, which sort of evens out to that it's about a sub on Twitch. That's why it's a $2 to not a $1 tier, if you were ever curious. But show notes and, of course, Discord access starts there. And the behind-the-scenes podcast has now been moved to the $2 tier, which there are... I probably should open another tab for this because I think we have like 28 of them now. But that was at the $5
people on each tier.
What? Do what now?
Are you asking about people on each tier?
Well, no, I was asking how many. We have 27. I was going to throw up on the screen just how many of these we have. There's no BTS for this show, and there's not going to be BTS podcasts for every show. But there's the Telias and Evitel behind the scenes, the Preach Novel one, and then the cosplay special. They go on and on and on. So there's 27 in total. You can just sort them by the tag, Patreon BTS. So those are more shows, right? They're audio only. And that's now all rolled into the rare tier. But there'll be a different change in those coming soon. Like the guest shows, it's good to put the BTS show up before the episode. But then actually what I talked about with Preach and Novel is that their BTS post-BlizzCon show should have been after the live show we had a couple weeks ago. Because then it would have actually been like a behind the scenes. We would have talked about what the show was, how it went. Because we sat in Discord, Z joined in for like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes with Novel and Mike and just sat there talking. And we didn't record that. So we should, but that's a change in the future for sure.
Yeah, Patreon's definitely the more, I guess you could say, stable way to support a creator.
Right.
To answer Mathis's question, whereas Twitch takes 50% of what you are pledging each month. Where Twitch, you give $5, Twitch takes half of that, and the creator gets about half, depending on what tier you're doing. Patreon, they take a very, very small amount, like in the very less than 10%. And this is something that the creator can count on just about every month, where it has a much smaller decay rate, where a lot less people each month cancel their Patreon subscriptions. So a creator that's on Patreon can kind of count on this a lot more to be their income coming in each month. So this can be something that they can look at and see, help him, pay his rent and actually work on this to pay his artists that he's paying to do his graphic design, to do his artwork for his, the upcoming tourist raid, things like that. So if you're wondering, what's the best way to support the creator, if you have money that you're wanting to give, whether it be a Twitch subscription or Patreon or doing a direct donation, really Patreon's the best thing. If you want to, throw $2 a month his way, then my recommendation would be Patreon. Personally, I mean, I've been a Patreon since he started it up, and I think it's pretty cool getting the access to the BTSs, getting the show notes. You get those early, and you can see kind of what goes on behind the scenes, and also what's coming up, which we'll talk about in just a second, is some really cool added features for becoming a patron. So,
yep.
Definitely Patreon is the way to go, and it's a really cool site in general. So not just supporting Final Boss, but other content creators as well. If you haven't seen Patreon, definitely go check it out.
It's just it's sort of like a continuous GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or whatever in that regard, where the community members, the viewers that are sitting out there, can directly influence and continue to influence. Because in this, the long and short of it is that there's a YouTube site out there called Corridor Digital, and they have their vlog channel that I peek a lot of the time, and they have their brand marketing manager, social media guy that talks about this kind of stuff in some of the vlogs, and they have a Patreon. So does Team 4-Star, so does Preach, so does Jim Sterling, for example, and there's different values in what you get for your pledges. But the long and short of all of that is that if you just want that person or that group of people, Team 4-Star made a studio. They have a studio space now for all of their YouTube works because of the support from everyone on the internet, right? They want those guys and gals to keep making the videos they want to watch for free, essentially. So they support them monetarily because they're putting it out on YouTube. They're not putting it behind a paywall, right? It's not on a YouTube Red that you have to pay something extra for. So it's a huge, big circle that just helps out in the long run. And we wanted to make that a little bit more tangible because not everyone was really looking at the show notes. Obviously, the Patreon feed only gets updated so often, but the extra podcast is a big deal. Putting that at $2 is a big deal. And that's at $2 or more, obviously. As you go up and up and up these tiers, then, of course, that you get everything below that. The $5 tier that had to be updated a little bit. Granted, the $5 is, again, the 5 or 2. It depends on how much you want. I see a lot of people actually edit their pledges back and forth between 2 and 5 or 5 and 2. Just depends on what you have. Always take care of yourself first. But we're making a thank you reel, which will be through Streamlab, and we can figure it out. So nightly broadcasts, Monday through Thursday and Friday, like the normal ones. There'll be different title crawls that'll have all the $5 and above patrons in it. Like a thank you, sort of sign off of the stream, like a show, like credits on the end of a show, right? Legendary tier moved to having, this is a one that comes up a lot on a lot of Patreon pages that we thought we could start working on, is the monthly private stream live hangout Q&A. There's a new backend on Patreon now that you can live stream to the page that only the certain tiers of pledges can see. So the $10 and above legendary tier, we'll start off with like one a month, and the first one will be scheduled within the next coming couple of weeks. And that will be a very casual half an hour to an hour or so sit down. You'll be in chat on Patreon like you are in Twitch today, like right now. And we'll just, if you have feedback or thoughts or questions or curiosities that you don't feel comfortable doing on Twitter or an email for whatever reason, then you can just, if you're on Patreon, you can do it right there. And it'll just be us and the couple of dozen people that show up for these. So if you have ideas for shows or questions that you want asked or answered from either me or on future shows, then that's the way you can do that.
And the cool thing about that one is it's exclusive. It's only people that are patrons that are pledging $10 or more. So, these are people that are, interested in Final Boss and actually pledging their own IRL money towards the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So, these are people that care. So, it's you and the community of people that are, interested and there that care about the stream. So it's not just, not just Twitch randos or anything like that. It's, people that care about the community.
Yeah, Gara won't be there. Neither will Gorehowl. All right, they won't be there
unless they pledge $10 or more a month for Patreon in the next, couple of weeks.
Oh, I mean, in before Gorehowl pledged $10. Here it comes. I mean, I'll take his potato money. It's fine, right?
You'll take it.
Like I have no shame, because the more financially sound that the show and the content gets, the more I can put through other things. That's how this works. So that's how this works. But this could be anything. It doesn't have to be about the show. It doesn't have to be about YouTube or Twitch. It could be about camera equipment. Like I'm an editor and a cameraman by trade. That's what I went to school for. I could talk your ear off about cameras, like the camera I'm talking to you on now, or computer gear or whatever. We can anything you can think of. We'll do that. So,
can I talk about the artifact tier? I'm really excited about that one.
You can, because this was a big. We fought back and forth on this one for a little while. I had the logistics of how this will work. So, the artifact tier, the $25 tier, got updated. So Z, you want to go over that one?
I did. I won the fight. Not really. So the artifact tier. So if you're pledging $25 or more a month, not only do you get all previous content, so you can come to the live cool people hangout, but you're going to get 4 times a year. We're going to put out an exclusive T-shirt, and so this T-shirt is something that hasn't been released before. A small caveat: there is going to be one for December that has been released before. For all future shirts, this is going to be something that hasn't been seen before by anyone, and this is something you're going to get for free. You are going to have to have been a patron for the previous 3 months, and you are going to get this shipped to your home address. And this is just going to be a thank you for being a patron for the previous 3 months. So we're commissioning artists. We're going to be basically putting out new Final Boss memorabilia, merchandise of some sort. It won't always be a t-shirt. Maybe it'll be a mug 1 month or something like that. But in most cases, it'll probably be a t-shirt. And it's going to be sent to your home every 3 months for being a patron. So 4 times a year, one in the spring, one in the summer, one in the fall, one in the winter. The first one that's coming out is actually going to be sent in the month of December. Can I tell them which one it's going to be, Bay?
I just brought it up on screen, actually. It's sitting right next to you.
Oh,
So.
okay. So the first one is going to be the Jaina and Kindy snowball fight that was drawn by the artist Fabelina. It is super, super adorable. And so if you've been a patron of the $25 or more tier, I'm going to be contacting you via Patreon to get your address. And you're going to give me your address and the t-shirt size and your color preference. And you can get this for yourself, or you can get this for someone special in your life, like if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that really wants it. And we're going to send this to you for free as a thank you for being a patron for the last 3 months or more of the $25 or more tier. So a small thank you to the patrons coming to you, hopefully in time for Christmas. So, that if you have that one person that would really like that kind of shirt, it would be a nice little holiday theme. And that will be coming your way soon. So make sure your Patreon email address is updated, by the way, because if I don't hear back from you in enough time, we won't be able to get you that shirt.
Yep.
So that is one thing. Make sure your Patreon email address is updated.
Now, obviously, it's the verbiage there. I always like to clear this up, of course, too, because I know there's someone out there right now. It's like, well, the shirt isn't free because we have to pay $75 every 3 months to do it. But it's not something
Right.
that would the reverse of this is that, so if you're pledged for 3 months in a row before each season, so there'll always be like a Christmas, winter, New Year season. Then there'll be like a spring season, a summer season, and then like a fall Halloween season, right? We're doing the 3 months, and they won't always be on the 3 month mark. They'll be roughly around that time period. But the thing is, if you're pledging, and then we have new apparel that comes out, then you have to also just buy it additionally, right? And there could be shipping, there could be not any sales going on right now. But when we do this directly through Designed by Humans, which hosts the Final Boss TV official apparel store, right, where everything else is hosted, and because of the exclusivity of this, they'll be released for everyone else, but you're the first ones that get it ordered. You will have it to you if it's a mug, if it's a hoodie, if it's a sweatshirt, if it's a shirt design or whatever, and then you get it before anyone else. So you're the first ones that own the new art. And again, this is 4 designs a year going forward, which I've been working with artists for a very long time. And Z and I were talking about this the day in a meeting that, well, what are we going to have Fabe create for us? What are they going to build? What's she going to, and after like a quick 10-minute discussion, we already made up like 7 designs, at least 3 good ones. But so we have some that will be WoW themed, some that will just not even be at all. There might be Destiny themed shirts, as that's obviously taken over part of the channel recently. There could be ones that are still on the horizon from Tutron that are not even WoW themed at all. They're just fun little ideas. Some of you have heard the rumors of the taco and sushi shirt that is still, where is that shirt? Which is an inside joke between myself and Brutal, because he loves tacos and I love sushi. So that's the back and forth. So all these little ones that come out, and once they go live, if you're on that list, all you have to do is, your shirt size, color preference that you'll see on the new one, and you just pick it, and it'll get sent to you directly anywhere in the world, because DBH does worldwide shipping. So you don't incur another on top of it. You just get it back anyway for your 3 months before that, because we have to obviously pay the artists that are making this art for us, and then we are paying for the back end for Designed by Humans to carry out this order for you. So, and right now it might not be a ton, but we were talking about logistics, and Z and I go back and forth on this a lot. But like, well, what if it's 2 or 3 dozen shirts? That's not too bad. What if it ever gets to like 100 shirts, right? Like, there's always this overhead of how much can we handle at one time. So we'll see. paying artists and I want to just ask for retweets. No, I pay artists. Are you kidding? Don't pay
He
your
does.
artists, all right? Oh yeah. I'm not even going to. The art's expensive. Team, art's expensive. Good art is expensive, and it's worth it. So, speaking of what's also worth it, you all should look at this terrible, amazing thing. Tia, did you buy one of these yet? Did you buy the I'll Be Your Bay shirt?
Oh goodness.
Um,
Bay, have you purchased one for yourself yet?
maybe.
You should wear it at some point soon.
Maybe. Yeah, that's fair.
Bay wearing Bay. It would just.
This is an all over print. Yep. Buy one, Tia. Wear it on stream. No, absolutely. I would love it. It's the weirdest, cringiest, cutest thing I've ever seen. I'm just saying. It's really good. So, yep. So that's the updated $25 tier, and it says in there must be a patron for 3 consecutive months, and then you'll get Patreon. You'll be contacted through the email on Patreon, so you have to get back to us within like a certain time frame to confirm. And yeah, we thought that'd be a good way to do it. Again, we wanted to integrate more physical things, and every month, every 3 months, it won't be a shirt, right? It won't be just always apparel. So DBH is, I can't say what they're working on, but we have heard that they're working on quite a number of other things. There's a sub goal down there where there's like the Bay body pillow joke, but then what if you just tune that back a little bit? So we'll see what happens in the future with them. So how do you share the Patreon thing you did? What do you mean, Chaos? I mean, there's like a Twitter hook you can do, or I mean, I'll look and check shout outs at the end of the stream for that, because I get bot notifications for it. So the new tier, which we might change the name of, we only thought of this because of the new expansion coming out, but as I spread away from just specifically talking about World of Warcraft on the show or live stream, right? Because we have other shows in the future that have nothing to do with WoW whatsoever. So just to make sure. Order successful. We have liftoff. Thanks for supporting independent creators. Did Tia just buy the shirt? I have never bought something so fast in my life.
Oh my gosh.
Prove it to me, Tia.
That's awesome.
I need
Make sure
your...
you tweet a picture when you get it, when you're wearing it. We must see the model.
I need your terrible, terrible face with my face on your... Ugh, gosh. But let me know. Name it Tier in memory of Tier Gear. I mean, Azeroth makes sense because it's the new thing in Battle for Azeroth, but we'll see. When we get the artwork done with Tutron to update the page again, then it might change all the names. But this is the new one. So this is the $50 tier people have been asking for a while. The assistant producer tier isn't changing, except that if you're an assistant producer, you're going to get everything under that already, obviously. So you'll get the shirts, and you'll also get the hangouts, and you'll also get... I'm excited for both of these, as long as we can keep up with it, because I'm scared. That's why we also
will keep up with it.
We will. Okay, that's fine.
We will.
That's fine. So there's 3 new things on this tier. Everything here is brand new, as you can see on the screen. So I used to do the questions on the spec shows that I made like cards for that came up on the screen. You might remember this back in the day, that I asked your question directly to the guests on the show. And that'll still depend on what shows are coming up. But if you're at the Azeroth tier, you have the priority Ask a Boss questions. So what we'll do before shows go live is that we'll ping the folks that are at this tier or above if you have any questions for this show coming up. And if you do, and what I might try to do is have this hooked to Discord somehow, because I might make a Patreon Discord channel. Whatever way works best. So if that's a DK show coming up, and you're a Frost DK, and you have a very specific question, simple, nitty-gritty, or otherwise, then I would ask your question directly, right? Like I want to make sure that you have complete control and avenue to ask that question on the show, or get it asked on the show. Because I ask in chat, and we get questions in chat, or we get questions in Discord, But it's always just like either intermixed or whatever. So that's up to you. That's a small one. The other two big ones are sort of what Z said we'll keep up with, so I trust. We're
going to happen.
So there are 2 cards we'll be sending out. You will get 1 personalized birthday card sent from myself to you on your birthday, no matter where you are. If you live in Australia and it's going to cost me $25 to ship you a birthday card, so be it, right? Just send you a piece of paper wrapped in paper. That's the dumbest thing. And these will be starting January 1st. It will not be anything super personalized directly. If I know who the card is going to, say I used R4 as an example when I was explaining this the day. If I know it's R4's birthday and he's getting a card from me, I'll probably go pick up like a happy birthday great grandmother card. Just something horribly awkward and obnoxious from, I don't know, Target, Hallmark, whatever. I'll write something in the card, of course. I'll personalize it. I'll write something in it. And then I'll mail it to said person on their birthday. So you'll get singing cards. You might get glitter bombs. I don't know. Like it'll be an absolute ridiculous thing.
You're not supposed to tell people you're going to give them glitter bombs back. Yeah. You just killed it. You killed the surprise.
You never know if you're going to get one. There could be like a lock of my hair, maybe. You know, some beard trimmings, gross. Maybe. Yeah, that'd be gross. I'll send that to Mia. But, okay, there we go. Now give me an exclusive shirt right now, plus however much time until the one after the December one. Gara's just yelling, aka I'm ready. So,
well, gosh. if you've been a $25 person for the last 3 months, you will get one in December. And if you just now upgraded to the $25 or more tier, then you will get one around March.
Yep.
So about 3 months from now. It's 4 times a year. We're not going to be specific on the dates, but thereabouts 4 times a year. So in the spring.
The other one down here is also another card. This is which we got to get on toots about this soon. The one we're doing this year is going to be kind of simple, but these are going to be Christmas cards, sort of like, so you know when you get all those cards, well, your parents might get them, depending on how interconnected your families are. Everyone's family is a little different. You get all those cards from your relatives that have like the pictures of them, or, you know, the update bulletin from X and Y and Z family over the last year. I'm not going to be that gaudy, right? Sorry. But every year we'll do a different custom designed card, mostly as it currently stands by Tutron. And the Christmas cards will be sent to you. You have to be pledged on this tier by December 1st, because what we'll do is we'll lock in everyone at December 1st. It's at $50 or more, and make sure the art is ready to go, because we need to know how many we need to get printed, where they're shipping, get all the addresses sorted, and all that kind of good stuff. Because a lot of this will be done by us, like by hand, mostly me. I'll have to write something on every single one of these cards. I'm not just going to sign my name. I'll write something to every single person, right? Either way, if I know you a lot more via the stream or not. And then the other side of it, or the fold, this year is going to be just a rectangle. It'd be a vertical rectangle with art on whole one side and then writing on the back. But we'll do more in the future. We'll do, I don't know, can we get mass printed singing cards where I sing a terrible rendition of Jingle Bells or something, just absolutely cringeworthy? We'll see. We'll see.
My reaction when Bay says he wants to have a singing card.
See? Yeah. For sure. So that is the...
I mean, that's great.
So who's going to get the Dear X something Love Bay in their card? Everyone.
By the way, Bay, I don't know if you noticed, Patreon has reached the Molten Store opening goal since we've started the stream today.
I don't believe you. I'm going to refresh. I have to refresh the other window.
It happened. It did. I already refreshed.
It happened. It did. Who did the things with the stuff all of a sudden? Hold on.
People did the stuff.
So hold on. Today's the 26th. So...
It is. Yes.
So Sky has his pledge. Bronze has a pledge. Wait, oh my goodness. Who is Stephen L? Wait, Ed Wait,
You have a new assistant producer.
we do have a new assistant producer. Holy crap. A James S. Tim L. I'm not going to say last names, of course. And then it says, it's weird. On the back end, it says your name sometimes like two or three, like 2 times for some reason. It's weird. But okay. I mean, all right. I guess today we also have to figure out the Molten Store.
Well, we're not figuring out the Molten Store today.
No. Yeah. We'll get to that.
But I guess
sure.
we'll add that to the agenda.
Oh my goodness, yeah. We didn't go through all the goals yet because technically the final Boskers and panties are on the next goal. I think it was like 2,000 on Patreon a month, but we've already hit that with a sub goal, so we have to fix these. So
we do, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be mass random quote from one of Sam's inspirational speeches in the card and keep it witty. I'll write in every single one of them. Some of you are going to get really, really awfully handwritten cards for me. It's going to be great. So, Chaos to the $100 thingy. Thanks for being awesome. I'm still grateful for when you gave me the beta pass in Legion. I mean, you won it though. Did I just give it to you, or did you win it like everyone else, Chaos? I mean, I had that was a nightmare. I went way overreaching on that one. That was a nightmare. It was a lot of fun though, but oh my gosh, the organization. So that is the new Azeroth tier, which again might change the name. So personalized birthday card starting January 1st, a customized Christmas card with custom art every year starting this Christmas time, and the priority stuff. And the assistant producer tier didn't change. The only thing that changed, to go over that too, they get exclusive access to a part of Discord that no one else can see, so they can talk to me whenever they want to. I thank them during the live shows, of course, and they're in the YouTube footer as well as everything else. So now all assistant producers will get the Christmas cards, the birthday cards, the shirts 4 times a year, or mugs, or whatever we end up doing. They'll be put in the credits, right? They'll get all the behind the scenes stuff on Patreon and everything like that too. So that is how it'll work. Let me refresh the page. I didn't make a new Patreon key video because that is, needs to happen, but all in due time. Yeah.
This is like phase 1 of the Patreon uplift, facelift rather. So there's much more coming to Patreon. This is the round 1. So more's coming to Patreon. This is just basically the first round. So more to come. I think I said all of that twice in a row, but that's just because there's more to come.
I mean, hey,
did I mention there's more to come?
Marketing, the marketing practices teach you to say things 3 times in a row. Otherwise, the human brain doesn't actually hear it. So, but that's overview.
There's more to come to Patreon.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you want to go over the survey you have that's going to go out here soon, Z?
Yes. So speaking of more to come, there's a survey that I have that is going to be going out to patrons. It's going to be going out to FinalBossTV Twitch subscribers, and it's also going to be posted on Discord. So, by the way, just check your email this week. It's going to be coming out this week, and it's going to be asking questions about FinalBossTV and your likes and dislikes about the channel. It's going to be asking questions about what kind of games do you play, whether you're interested in, what kind of things you're interested in watching, what do you want to see more of, what do you want to see less of, for what Bay is doing, whether you like his beard, whether you don't like his beard, not really. It's also going to ask questions such as whether you're a Horde or Alliance player, whether you're in the US or otherwise. We really want to get a feel of what the viewership is and where they're located and things like that. That will really affect what kind of activities Bay's doing, whether when we're doing raids, if we really need to do both Horde and Alliance, or if most viewers are Alliance, for example. But basically just kind of get a feel of what kind of people we're dealing with here. But also kind of...
What do you mean, kind of people?
You people.
People and potatoes.
Exactly. It's either a potato or it's not a potato.
It's true.
But the survey is going to basically be multifaceted. There's going to be a lot of questions on it. Some of them might seem a little bit random, but basically there's also going to be a lot of free-form areas where you can write your feedback. Now, your feedback isn't going to be attached to your name
Yep.
with the survey, so you can really write whatever you want, be as mean or as nice as you want. And the biggest part, and the reason you're really going to want to do this, other than providing good feedback for a content creator that you love, is going to be that
Gross.
you're going to be entered into a drawing. We're going to have some prizes for the people that enter or people that fill out the survey. So we have Designed by Humans t-shirts is some of the big ones, and we'll throw in some other prizes as well, depending on how many people fill out the survey. So
Yep.
if we have a couple dozen, we'll just do a couple DBH shirts. If we get a lot of responses, then we'll look at throwing in some better prizes and more prizes as well. So the number of prizes will be directly proportional to the number of responses that we get. So check your inboxes this week for that. So if you're a subscriber, if you're a patron, or if you are in Discord, those are the 3 ways that you're going to be able to get the survey.
Yep.
So if you're not a subscriber, if you're not a patron, or if you're not in Discord, you are out of luck. So make sure you get into one of those 3 things.
Yeah, it's not going to be posted on social media because as much as I learned about this when I did the, like, going back to what Chaos was saying earlier about the Legion beta keys a while ago, when I did the huge push junket for like the Gleam giveaway and Facebook and Twitter giveaways and YouTube and stuff like that. When you spread something too thin sometimes, then you get a lot of erroneous, nonsensical data. And because with this, if you are on Patreon, are subbed on Twitch, and are in the Discord, you've made a choice to either put some of your internet money towards whatever the hell I'm doing here. So you've made that choice. So then we're going to be responding with said, the survey right now. We're looking for feedback and stuff. So if I just put it on Twitter, it would just be bogged down by who knows what. So I'm not putting it there. There's no telling that someone else could, but I think the link will be locked. So you can't share it. You just can enter and you can put the forum, because we're looking for trying to get a more grasp on, hopefully there's a couple hundred responses that I can dig through and get some good feedback from stuff on, because there's a lot of things I'm not sure about and I waffle on and I'm not sure if I should work on this or work on that or just stream my face off or whatnot. So yeah, so we'll do that very soon.
As a quick side note, you don't have to be a paying person to be able to get into Discord, by the way. You can join Discord just as a friend of the show, and you just have access to general chat and such. So, and you also will have access to the announcements tab, which is where the link will be. So down below the stream, if you check on, I think it's schedule, that'll bring you to, or rather down below there's Discord. So you just click on Discord.
I put the channel guide in chat too. You just go to the channel guide and click on my face.
There you go. So you can join Discord even if you're not a subscriber or a patron. So it's not gated behind having to pay Bay any money. So if you are interested, you can still join Discord, and he'll put it under the YouTube as well. Or rather, I'm sure it's still under YouTube.
Yeah, because that's one of the other things we were doing when we were trying to put this together too, is that there's a lot of people that are out there that don't or can't monetarily invest in the content that they want to watch. They could watch myself, Nobble, Preach, Bellular, Taliesin, Evitel, etc., but just they don't give directly. But obviously your viewership is helpful too. Sharing one of our videos to your friends is really helpful too. Watching the live streams or telling your guildies or your friends online about the live stream or a show, that's also really helped. Growing the spider web is definitely a part that you can do as well, which brings me to the a call to arms of sorts. So the Final Boss TV crew, there's no name for this. That sounds weird. I'm not labeling it. The crew, just for me as a film kid, when you go as a film set, if you're a part of the crew on a film set, you wear all black, especially if you're in the electrical or lighting team. We're all black, and then it'll say lighting crew or electrical on your back, like on the back of your shirt. So I don't talk about back printed shirts, because Glass is gonna pop up out of nowhere and be like, "Where's my shirt?" But if this is like just a quick throw out there, that if any of you are sitting out there right now and you're aspiring artists or graphic designers, or you have a portfolio you want to build for college or a future job, not to toot my own horn, but if you've seen Farnham, if you've seen Whammo, and if you've seen the art that Tutron has put out, or Skog, I'm kind of a pain in the butt to work with because I'll push the artists I work with to create what I want. I have a very director producer brain. So I have ideas and points that I want to get to and things I want to create. And if you want to help make those, if you're an editor that knows how to edit with, Adobe or Final Cut, whichever, or a programmer that wants to help build these projects we have, then either you can hit me up in Discord, you can tweet myself or Z, or you can email me. My email is on Twitter because I'm looking for just, if you want to, this is not paid directly. It could become something, but right now I'm just trying to find and work with people in the community to make different parts and these different puzzle pieces that I want to, finish up. So I'd love an editor to help make highlight videos for YouTube, because I can't go back through the hours and hours and hours of footage that I put out on my stream. But a very popular thing right now for Twitch streamers, broadcasters, is those 5 to 7 to 8 minute highlight videos of like a week or of a month of like the best parts of the streams, because those are fun to watch, and those are easy to share to people and watch them and just digest those parts and those pieces. So if you want to help do that, then let me know. But for art programming for the WoW 3D tool, which is like the next evolution of the WoW Machinima tool, the Warcraft model viewer kind of tandem there, then let us know. I'd love to work with you on trying to get that put together. So that's like the little call to arms. You have anything to add to that, Z?
Yeah, to add to that, if you're not really sure if your talent would be a good thing to add to the crew, I would say go ahead and email us. And just kind of describe what you do and how you might want to help, or just describe what you do and just say you're interested in helping, but you're not sure how.
Yep.
I'd be really interested in reading that and kind of seeing what your skill set is.
Mm-hmm.
And some things that Bay didn't say that might be good too is if you're an animator,
Yes.
or if you are, into social media, things like that. Really anything that you have that you think might be helpful, or if you just want to help their show and you're not sure how, just either way, contact us and we will take a look and see if we can add you. I really like calling it crew, by the way, Bay. I think it's
fine.
It's cute.
Yeah.
So Final Boss Crew, maybe we'll get shirts eventually. But I mean, that's how I got involved with Bay in the first place. As his manager, was I being his friend, I said to him one day, like, I'm about to graduate with my degree in business management. Do you know anyone that's looking for like an esports team or something that might be looking for a manager? Because I have business management. I've been working for a Fortune 500 company, but I want to get into the gaming industry. Do you know anyone that might be looking for a manager or a social media person or something? And Bay's response to that was, well, I could really use a manager, but I don't really have the means to pay you. And I said, well, I'll work for you for free. And that's how Bay and Zillions became a team. It's and it's really, really helped me, expand my network. I really love working for Bay for free. And I think it sounds really cheesy, and Bay's gonna like roll his eyes at me right now, but being able to go to BlizzCon with Bay was really awesome. And getting to meet a whole bunch of people, like, I had a media badge, and so I got to go to the media room and like see, I got to meet a lot of the esports teams that were there just eating lunch and things like that. So,
yeah,
having that kind of access to people that I wouldn't have had access to before, getting some behind the scenes stuff that was, frankly, really awesome and completely worth all the hours that I have put in so far. So, we're kind of looking to add some people to the crew to help Bay really, get to the next level. He needs help in order to get a lot of the stuff done that he needs done, because he's the talent and the streamer. And so I'm sorry I said the word talent with Bay. I apologize.
That's what you call
artist.
That's what you call actors in the film world. Like, they're the talent. Everyone else is the crew. Yeah. And
what do you call the streamer? He's the streamer.
The broadcaster, yeah. The personality, I think, is the name that people use. The personality, yeah.
Bay is certainly a personality, let me tell you. But if you're interested in contributing in some way, I'd say send an email to finalbosswow@gmail.com. Ooh, I said the email address. And let us know what your talents are, and we'll go from there. And we'll see where it takes us. We'll become a mighty team. And That's all.
The
I have nothing else to say.
last one I glazed over it is I would love a camera person or two. Camera is really a big deal to go out because I didn't really film like vlog style stuff this year at BlizzCon because I just physically couldn't. And I've done before. You can go back on the YouTube channel and go digging, I suppose. But there are quite a number of videos that I put out for previous BlizzCons that I'm sure you may or may not have remembered. Like the Baze Takes videos. I can scroll back down here far enough. Yeah. So last year, I did 3 of them. This was Whammo's beautiful face right here. This is my other boyfriend. Look at Whammo. He loves it. But I made, the day 0, day 1, day 2, and these are a lot of fun to put together. But they had micro interviews in them. They had lots of cosplay. They had me bumping into like my friends and stuff like that. I had like the Pally Time bump into or whatever. And those are there's like the preaching ghosty interview here last year's BlizzCon. But those require a lot of, I have to do all the legwork. And more as I move forward, it becomes way more prevalent that if I had someone that had the camera and we as a team did this, besides just myself. So that would be incredibly helpful. So if you're working on doing camera work or you are doing camera work, that would be a commissioned gig, obviously. So I don't think that wouldn't be. Different echelons of this would be looked at differently, so we'll figure that out. But that's the call to arms. I was going to talk about the YouTube apocalypse a little bit, but I think I kind of did earlier. People are wondering about how that hit. It hit different parts of YouTubers differently with how their videos got demonetized or not being recommended anymore. But to be straightforward with you guys, I probably lost 40 to 60% of my income from YouTube as a source, which is why I pushed Patreon so hard or why I'm streaming so much on Twitch. So shows and videos on YouTube now only really get watched for like 1 to 5 days after you post them. And the backwards recommending of videos is almost non-existent now. It just doesn't happen. So that's why if you're watching people on YouTube and you're not seeing their videos in your sub box or your feed, first off, check to make sure you're subbed. Because YouTube just unsubs people all the time right now. And just go to their channels and check to see if you've missed videos. Because I was talking to Mike about this, Preacher, 2 weeks ago. And he had slews of tweets asking, like, where have you been? You're not posting any videos. Like, what's going on? And at that time, he already posted, like, almost a video a day. So YouTube is doing whatever it's doing right now to, like, ruin part of their viewer base for whatever reason. So the YouTube apocalypse is awkward, but it's not just ads that are the problem. It's just how the algorithm shows your content now. And basically, unless it's fresh, 3 or 4 day old videos just are lost the nether. They're just gone. So that's why so much more like clickbaity stuff happened. That's why titling of videos now is sort of all on the nose. Even from YouTube creators that you may be respected for a long time, we have to put titles in the videos like that because those are what hit the search engines. We can't just put the straightforward title anymore because that just won't get seen. So, unfortunately. But that leads me to subpoint goals and then the future stuff, because we're definitely at time for this segment. So, Z, you want to update everyone? They're down below the stream. We worked on these as well, the subpoint goals. All these different little subsystems have to happen with how you market yourself online now. But we have some updates that you can give to the peoples if you'd like.
Sure. And I mean, if you want to know what I've been doing for Bay as this manager, these are some of the big projects that have happened. Some of the long-term things that have finally come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
So for his 475 point goal, that's the next one that is coming out soon. We can announce that next Sunday, December 3rd, is when he's going to have his 12-hour stream with Nugs. That's
chicken nuggets, all right? Don't get weird, chat. It's chicken nuggets.
With chicken nuggets. So not only is Spay going to be eating his own nuggets, but everyone that's watching is going to participate as well. So make sure you plan ahead. Get your own nugs. and send selfies when you're eating your nugs during the stream. He's going to be doing a mixed broadcast, some WoW stuff, some viewer stuff, some Destiny stuff, some heroes, that kind of stuff. So 12 hours of fun, and it won't be like a late night evening into late night. He's going to do it earlier in the afternoon, so the EU folks can take part before it's too late for you guys. So that's next Sunday. So there's not going to be a show next Sunday. It's going to be that 12-hour stream, the 475-point stream.
I'll have you guys updated sometime this week. If it'll start at noon Eastern, I'm leaning more toward 2 Eastern though. So 2 Eastern would be like 8-ish p.m. for most people in the EU, which is not late at all. We'll probably, if we have a lot of people that are in chat, I would love to play more bracketeering. That was hilarious. May Bay's meat scepter live on in infamy. So, but we'll see how that goes. Ti, if you're asleep, I'm breaking up with you. You need to wake up at like 4 in the morning and be there. Or 6 in the morning, something like that. So yeah, it'll be like a...
Get nuggets at 6 a.m.
Yeah, have them from the night before. Yeah. Nuggets for breakfast, yeah. So we can do that.
Yeah, and then he's also unlocked, of course, the 500-point stream, which is he's in the process of getting his Nintendo Switch. And then getting Zelda Breath of the Wild, and then he'll be cosplaying as either Zelda or Link. That's coming up in December, so you can look forward to that. We don't have a date officially to announce for that, but that is coming up soon. I guess we might. Do you want me to add that to the survey, Bay? Whether you should be cosplaying as Zelda or as Link?
I think that should be a separate one, and like we'll figure out when that inaugural Twitch stream. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I bring it up before. It's like I'm gonna cosplay as Zelda or Link for the 12 hours of playing Breath of the Wild for like the inaugural Twitch stream for the Switch, but I pretty much just know that I'm gonna dress up as a girl. Like I'm gonna be a bearded lady for 12 hours. But we'll figure it out in December. It might not be until after the new year, though, because of I need to get the Switch, which will be sold out by now as I'm talking about it. I need their capture card. I need to make sure it gets all set up. I need to get the HDMI stuff all sorted and make sure the overlays and stuff works. There's a lot of little planning. And then I got to find, like, what do I order and buy? Because I'll need, like, elf ears and a wig and a dress, I guess. Because I'm not going to dress up as Link. You guys won't let me dress up as Link. It just won't happen. I would love to have the floppy green hat on, but you guys won't let me do it. You won't. It won't happen. It'll be like 80-20 for Zelda. I just know it will be. So, but you'll get to pick Zelda or Link as the cosplay, and then whatever one wins, then there'll be 3 to 5, maybe by 3 options of what. Because I'm not gonna just dress as the ones from the game. So, like if it's Zelda, it might be Ocarina of Time. It could be Wind Waker. It could be Breath of the Wild. We'll see. Ones that I can actually do.
8-bit, a Link to the Past, and like look like actually have like the boxes.
That would be fun.
Be like a...
Can I have box boobs? That'd be weird to sit here with. Like, whatever. Yeah.
Be like an actual cardboard box of Zelda.
Oh, it'd be Baelda.
That's true. So anyway, that's the 500-point stream. So late December, January sometime. And then, of course, the 525-point stream is coming up as well, the Automaton concert. Also, I can happily say that the final Boskers planning is underway. And if you don't know what that is Boxers with the Final Boss branding on them. I am in talks with Designed by Humans, actually. We're seeing if they have the availability to do boxers, boxer briefs, tighty-whities, panties, all of that stuff. So have been talking to them about that. I'll be hearing more in the coming weeks. So boxer planning is underway. And then lastly, for the sub-point goals, and this one's the most exciting in my opinion, and that is the 550-point sub goal, and that is the Epic WoW Battles of History Round 2. And that, of course, is Bay versus Brutal, Horde versus Alliance, Sushi versus Tacos. We are beginning the planning for that. We're probably shooting for early January, and that's going to be super exciting. That was actually my first thing that I did with Bay. Do you remember that, Bay, when I was with Open Raid? That was the first official event that I helped plan with you.
That was, yeah. God, when was, I can't even look that up on my YouTube, because if you haven't seen this before, let me dig this up. So, epic WoW battles.
If you looked in that chat between you, me, and
There they
Brutal,
are.
I actually linked that scorecard. I still had that Google document with the times in it.
Yeah, they're all on YouTube if you haven't seen these yet. Oh, the old scorecard. Oh, good gracious. But this is
I still had that in my Google Docs.
Yeah, there's episode 1, 2, and 3. It started off with the tanking proving grounds race, which was interesting. And then it would spawn the epic WoW battles of history, which, let me bring this up real quick, because the intro was a lot of fun. Because I made these intros. Hang on, it's muted.
TI says September 2014. That sounds about right.
Hang on, I have to scroll forward. Yeah, Open Raid presents. Yeah. Hang on. What is
good too.
It was. I made these in my After Effects glory days.
Versus the Alliance.
Yeah, listen to Coltrane's intro. It's too good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the epic WoW battles of history, the Retro Raid Race Part 1. I am
Oh my gosh, Coltrane, you are a treasure, and you are a gift to this planet Earth. Oh, my old overlay and everything, and the technology. So this is in 2014. Like, the tech that we had to make this happen is so jank. It'll be so much better this time around, but we'll figure it out. And the young Bay. It's only 3 years ago. I just don't have a beard at all back then. So
you had like little scruff. It was
yeah,
adorable.
But go check these out. They're still fun to watch, but we'll figure this out. This is the thing about the epic WoW battles of history, and why it'll take a long time for us to work on this. It might be a spring next year thing or summer. I'm gonna just say it might be a summer thing, because you, the viewers, are involved in this. Because I'm on the Alliance side, and then I have 29 other people, and or up to 40, I guess, technically in some of these raids. We could, because the ones we can go through that have 40, we can go through that. But we will, because you are a part of this. Like, you make up the teams, the Alliance and the Horde. There'll be some like celebrities, spring. Yeah, okay, we'll see. That will be involved in this. So it depends on who we can get to be on the teams. But no spoilers. You have to watch part 1, part 2, and part 3 to find out who wins. You can go check those out on YouTube. But those are a lot of fun. We'll revisit those. I'll have to remake that entire intro, because that's probably on my old laptop that died. So that's never, yeah, that was a lot of fun to make. But
it's gonna be good.
we have lots of things to plan for that, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and the side note on like the boskers, that's just like the general term. What we want to do is, I would love briefs, boxer briefs, boxers, panties, boy shirts, thongs, banana hammocks, and bras created. Bras and sports bras. But fighting Z, how long do you spend the day just like looking at how to get stuff printed on underwear? This was your job.
You have to tell people that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so if you ever, want to do this for a living, what I do, I spent literally like at least 8 hours online trying to look at customizable underwear.
Yep.
And let me tell you, it was not my greatest of days.
Wow.
Custom underwear, for the most part, you can just get underwear that says like bride or spank me or whatever written on it. And
to be honest. What?
Yeah. What? So trying to find a place that you can, so if I wanted to get a bunch of boxers made that had, the bay all over face, like we have the print, I could do that, but I would have to order them all and then have them shipped to my house. And then we would have to collect orders, and I would have several boxes of these boxers at my house. And people would be able to come to my house and see that I own this box of boxers. And that would be embarrassing. So what we're trying to find is a vendor that will have these at their house. And the vendor
a la carte, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're trying to go for. And that's why we're hoping DBH will have all the options that we want, because really nobody wants to have a box of Bay's face on boxers at their home.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
So that'll happen. That will definitely happen.
Yeah.
And again, you can see down below the 600 sub point goal has been changed and will be updated soon. More on that later. But they're all down there. We're actually really close to me dyeing my hair purple and then quote unquote cosplaying as Trunks and playing Dragon Ball games for a 12-hour stream. So if you want to do that, then if that unlocks soon, I actually cannot do the dyeing my hair purple bit until like sometime next year, like the spring next year or something like that. So we'll see. It'll be unlocked and then confirmed, and then we'll plan it, right? So yeah. But I think outside of that, I want to update people on Battle for Azeroth, which is on the horizon, the new expansion to World of Warcraft. And that many of you that are out there right now in either YouTube land or iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play land, or here in chat right now, may have found the stream from the Legion coverage. I made like 144 videos during Legion. It was ridiculous. I streamed so much. You can go to the channel guide. I'm going to actually do this right now. If you go to the channel guide and you go down to the Legion tab. So there's this tab down here. It won't even fit on the screen, where I did every single class order haul, every single artifact quest. They're all dated. And there's another tab down here where it's all the beta coverage, where I did the first and second pass of all the artifact weapons and changes. There's the full links to the Twitch VODs that were highlighted. They're, again, all dated. And the YouTube summaries I made of the first and second pass. So I did a lot of coverage for the Legion beta because so much was changing, right? The artifact system, class halls, artifact weapons, all this madness. I will sit here right now and look you all in the internet face and say that is not happening again to that extent in Battle for Azeroth, just because the systems won't be there in place. And it depends on how the beta for Battle for Azeroth goes. I will definitely do spec update videos, at least 36 of them. I don't know if I'll be doing 2 because it depends again on the beta junket. When do they unlock things? How long the beta period is? When does it start? What access do we have? Do we get flat, not leveled characters? Are we going to give in leveled template characters with a whole bunch of Azerite gear to choose from? Are we going to be able to level up the Azerite necklace to actually use said talents or use the Azerite unlock system? We have no idea, right? There'll be plenty of coverage and lots of live streams when beta starts, but I don't think I'm going to make 140. There's no class halls, right? There are no artifacts anymore. So that whole side is gone. What that might give me more time to do, though, is do more of the live shows that incorporate guests that are also beta testing that I can talk to about, you know, healers and tanks and range DPS and melee DPS, and that kind of thing. Those will happen. I did like 8 of those during Legion. They were kind of sporadic, but that might be a lot easier to do. Or alternatively, discussion videos could pop up more often where I sit down and instead of having a live show about it, talk to a guest or 2 or 3, like with some B-roll in the background, right, in a normal sort of YouTube style discussion video that you can then digest on your leisure on YouTube. So, but that's sort of part of what we're going to be gauging when Battle for Azeroth actually comes out, which, speaking of which, if you don't keep up with Taliesin and Evitel, we are now calling it Froth because it's for Azeroth. You can call it Battle. Don't call it BFA. That's just, you type it. Don't actually say BFA. That's, no. But otherwise, you can call it Froth. So when that comes to our doorstep, and I can actually touch it and poke it, we'll figure it out. So we'll get there when it happens. But I don't know about 444 videos about Froth. Not exactly. So yeah. Yep. Froth for Azeroth, like exactly. We didn't call it WoW L. What do you mean? No, we call it Legion. We can call it Battle. Biffa? Why not BFA? It must be Biffa, just like Mop was Mop. Nope, it's definitely Froth. Definitely Froth. It's catchy. It'll happen. All right. I believe in Evitel. I believe in her. So yeah, but we'll see when that happens. Anything you want to add on that, Z, or should I move us along?
Nope. Go ahead.
Okay, that was easy. I don't really have anything to plug directly here because this whole show is about plugging. So I'm not going to plug specifically Patreon stuff in the middle of the show, of course. I won't do that. I will, however, check real quick because I do have a new assistant producer to shout out. But I will say, again, thank you to Troffles, Ludovicus, Tazlin, R4, Dalthair, Screws Loose, Mia, and now, I guess it's Shadow is the email, but it's Stephen L, which is chaos, right? So, yes.
We'll confirm that.
Yeah, we'll confirm that. Oh, I see the new shipping title here. We'll have to get people to get their shipping stuff showed up because that needs to get filled in. Nice. Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We know
Thanks,
where you
Chaos.
live now.
But again, as well, if you've missed any of the past shows, they're all on YouTube. So if you haven't checked out the cosplay special, the BlizzCon, the post-BlizzCon special, or the pre-BlizzCon special, these were all fantastic shows. I, of course, had my dev interview or the cinematic reaction cut that I made, or any of the past shows. The Mythic Dungeon Invitational show, anything. You just scroll back, keep going. Keep going. Oh, Mass Effect. What a failed experiment you were. I'm so sorry. But they're all there. Going back to June, because we're going to talk about stats next in the next section. So you can go back to June and see where I was on the show there. There will be, of course, the heroic and mythic kill videos. The art that Tutron has made for these next ones is fantastic. Z's seen it. It's real good.
It is.
But then, of course, all the live shows go to iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play Music, and possibly more to come in audio-only format if you don't watch them on YouTube or here on stream. And just a side caveat, because it gets brought up sometimes about, like, why are my VODs behind the paywall of Twitch? It's because this is a business, and I don't like the views that the VODs get, because that takes away everything from the whole point of why I cut the Twitch highlights, pull them down, edit them, upload them, and get them on YouTube, because they get packaged up all pretty nice, and they get slapped on YouTube with they get bookmarked, and they get the YouTube description boxes all cleaned up. So that's why my VODs are locked behind the Twitch sub. But it's also a perk too. If you are sub, then you get all the past VODs. That's all it is. Because there's times that I'd have like the dev interview shows or the world first shows, and there'd be hundreds, if not a few thousand views on Twitch, and there's no monetization on Twitch in the back end, so I'd get nothing for that. And if I want to stay in business, which is what I'm trying to do, that's why that exists. That is why that exists. We've already plugged shirts and stuff and things and Patreon, so that's about all I can say, except there's a new button down there. Chat. It's down there, sort of. It's the format is broken because I don't know why I didn't save properly. It's
you could just say it. You could just say it's broken because Zillions did it.
That's fair. So, in the spirit of branching out onto products that what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, I'll plug the crap out of this because I have a freezer full of them. There's a Daily Harvest button down there. So Daily Harvest is what I've been doing. If you've been following me on on my Instagram, I have those terrible "What's My Smoothie" videos. I want to make more of them. I want to actually record them and then edit them and then like upload them to Instagram. There's like formatting stuff I want to figure out because all the ones I've made so far are awful. And I'm holding my phone the whole time doing it, and it's super awkward and super weird. But Daily Harvest, superfood, super fast. They have some amazing food, snacks, smoothies that are on this site. And the biggest thing they have is smoothies, but now they have soups now. There are desserts. And you can pick and choose. They have the breakfast bowls. These are the next on my list. I actually have a bunch of soups that they sent me that I have to test out. And everything is just wicked, stupid good. So if you like smoothies, you can do weekly plans, 6, 9, 12, or 24 cups per week. You can do monthly, a big old box of them if you have like an office that you're supplying these for. they're super simple. Like the smoothies, for example, you get the cup of stuff, your cup of frozen deliciousness. I mean, there's a video on this page that shows you what they're doing.
Daily Harvest
So,
delivers
gosh,
convenient whole
it's
food
loud.
eats to your doorstep.
I'll let the ad play.
Packed with
How about that?
superfoods, organic fruits and vegetables, they are ready to enjoy in seconds. Every delicious combination is co-created by our team of chefs and nutritionists, so you can leave all the shopping, chopping, and measuring to us. Here's how it works. Our cups are perfectly portioned, so all you have to do is take one out of the freezer, add your liquid of choice, and follow the instructions on the cup. Our ingredients are organic and unrefined, and our produce is picked at peak nutrition and frozen on the farm, so it's just as fresh and nutritious as the farmer's market.
I want one now. I'm so
Choose the
hungry.
you like best with our flexible plans, and get them delivered monthly or weekly, or whenever best fits your schedule. Whether you're craving a post-workout smoothie or you want to start your morning with overnight oats, we have a healthy flavor combination you can feel good about. Daily Harvest, bringing delicious convenience without compromise to your doorstep. It's superfood, super fast.
There it is. Their marketing team says that way better than I do. So no, I should take a picture of my freezer right now, because I ordered a lot when I first got them, and I probably have like 18 in there. And I've fine-tuned the ones that I like, so I only have like a ton of the cacao avocado one, or I forgot the name of it, the one that tastes like liquid carrot cake. Oh, it's so good. So yeah, I'm going for sushi now, Mia. Okay, fine, get a smoothie on the way out. So this is the next little, I guess, ad. If you use the link down below, and is there a code for it, or just like the link, the code, the coupon code, FinalBossTV?
If you click on the link, it puts the coupon code in there for you.
Cool. So you basically get your first, I suggest doing 6 smoothies. Just do one of 6 different ones, and you get half off your first box. So 3 cups for free. So you're getting half off the first box. So I will say, as much as I love Daily Harvest, only get 6 to 9 to 12 to start out with, and then like skip some deliveries until you figure out which ones you like, because some of them can be really assaulting and really good, and some depends on what you like. But they're usually almond milk based. You can do cashew milk. You can do coconut water. It says on the cups what you do. You literally just pour liquid into the cup and then pour the whole cup into your blender. Or you can do the soups, which you just put water in and then you microwave them. Everything is in there. All the ingredients are there. Or you do the overnight oats, or the desserts, which I can't eat the desserts right now because I'm trying to lose weight. But check those out. I'm not going to plug something to you guys unless I was really behind it. And I've been having Daily Harvest smoothies for the better half of all of this year, if not almost all year. I think I started them back around my birthday because my sister poked me about them. So check those out. Check those out if you'd like.
By the way, apparently I put there's a bad link underneath the channel. So I put a good one in chat, and I'll fix the one underneath the channel. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'll fix it.
Live
editing
quality
right
control.
now.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not gonna, I wasn't gonna just suddenly jump on this offer with them unless I knew, because I've eaten a lot of these. So whenever I test out something to plug on the show to be a sponsor or misplace an affiliate, right? Then I'm not gonna just lead you astray. I did this back in the day with a couple other ones, but this one, for seriously, they sent me, I don't even know if I have the card right here on my desk. I think I did at one point. I may have moved it. That's right here, actually. So in the mail a while ago, I got a personalized card with my name handwritten, and this is from the Daily Harvest team. It says, "A little something to amp up your videos," and it's written on their stationery in, like, it's handwritten by one of their people on the social media team, because I saw my videos on Instagram because I've tagged them in them, obviously, and they're super dorky and whatever, but they sent me a little letter and they sent me a shirt. The shirt is, I think, in a laundry, but it just says hashtag what's my smoothie on it, which was the which was the hashtag I was using for it. So I'll make more of those. Those are super fun. 'Cause I'm a film nerd, so like those little short stories was interesting. So those figs. So we talk about stats for a little bit right now. Sort of the tail end of the show. We did this before with the June show. And I did this again at the end of last year. So is the shirt covered with smoothie? That could be kind of neat. Can I tie-dye it with smoothie? It would all wash out though. I don't know. Maybe it could get some stains in it, but it's just a simple shirt. Yeah, I thought that was really nice of them though. And that's what made me like wanted to go down this route. And we've had this in the works probably about 2 months. Z,
Yeah.
like I'm really apprehensive about putting something like this into the main of the show and the stream. So it's been about 2 months, I would say. But do you want to talk about stats, or you want me to rummage around through stats? Because we have Twitch, YouTube.
Real quick to add on to the Daily Harvest, I know you said it
Patreon, Twitter.
once,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just to add on again, when you use his affiliate link, you do get the 3 cups for free. So if your first order is 6 cups, then that's 50% off. If your first order is 9 cups, then it's 33% off or whatever. So it's a pretty good deal if you want to try it out and you're not locked in to keep doing it forever.
Correct.
So if you want to try it out and you don't really like it, then you can stop. But it's I put in my first order just very recently, so I'm looking forward to trying out some smoothies myself. So check it out, see if you like it, and make sure you have that FinalBossTV code. It is just the coupon code should be in there automatically. If it's not, it should just say the code is just FinalBossTV, just like the stream name is. So.
Right. I guess to go off of Harry's question, just to clarify, the smallest you can order is 6 of any soups or parfaits or smoothies. So the coupon code is basically half off your first order. So you can do a box of 6. And again, I suggest doing 6 different ones because there are like 14 different. I mean, I don't know how many are on here. There actually
there's a lot.
There's a lot because the smoothies, overnight oats, chia parfait, soups, and sundaes, and you sort of mix and match your box. So it might take you a while to even get through them. But yeah, there's 4, 8, 12. There are 14 different smoothies, ranging from the very green ones to the very mixed ones to the very fruit-oriented ones. I would recommend carrot and chia and the cacao avocado. The carrot and chia taste like liquid carrot cake. If you like carrot cake, it's so good. And everything in there is totally good for you. And then you just use almond milk because I don't use dairy milk anymore. I just I need to try some of the chia parfaits. Though there are 6 of those. Mulberry and dragon fruit, though. Oh god, they're way too good. Anyway, stats time.
Anyway, yep, stats time.
Okay, you want to do? You can do Twitch, and then we'll bounce back and forth. Maybe. I mean, this is like more of what you have worked out and what you have figured out than me. So.
Okay, sure. So Twitch, obviously this is where you're watching it right now if you're not looking at it on YouTube. There was in December of last year, so about a year ago, they was looking at about 500 subs, and this was before sub points became a thing, so it was 500 people subscribing to the channel. In June, there was about 484, so there's a bit of a drop, but that was because the Legion beta coverage was over, so a little bit less of that brand new content and such. And then right now, as of 5 minutes ago when I updated mid-show, Bay is at 562 sub points.
We're 13 away from me dyeing my hair purple. I'm so nervous.
Really close to that. That's awesome. And the way it works is a tier 1 sub, which is either $4.99 or your Twitch Prime. That's worth 1 point. Tier 2 sub, which is the $9.99 sub, that's 2 points, and then the $24.99 sub, that is worth 6 points. I always get that one wrong because it's 1 extra point.
Yep.
Cap it. And so right now we're looking at there's 446 people at the tier 1, 16 at the tier 2, and 14 at the tier 3. And so if you really want to win a Bit Boss battle, let me tell you, if you want to be the Bit Boss forever, be that tier 3 sub and resub, and you'll be the Bit Boss forever. That's how you do it.
Yep, that's how you do it.
And so and it's another reminder too is if you are a if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, something that you need to do is you need to hit that resub button every month. I know Bay reminds you a lot too. Just if you're hearing it in a different tone of voice, maybe it'll help you remember. Or if you're just watching on YouTube and you haven't thought about it before, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get something called a Twitch Prime membership. So go over onto Twitch, go to FinalBossTV and hit that subscribe button, because that will allow you a free subscription to FinalBossTV. And then what I do, because I mean, I have a $24.99 sub to Bay, because I don't know why, because it's this guy. Why would I do that?
You're paying me to work for me. I get it.
I know, right? It's weird. And I'm a patron. It's so weird. But I, for my Twitch subscription, for my Twitch Prime, I put a reminder in my phone to remind myself to resub with my Twitch Prime subscription. Otherwise, I would forget. And so that's something that I do to remind myself, hey, Twitch Prime's coming off of cooldown, basically. And 30 days later, make sure I go back and I resub. So if you're a Twitch Prime subscriber, find a way to remind yourself, or remember what day of the month it is, so you remember to come back and resub. Whether that's here, or maybe here you have a $24.99 sub and you're using your Twitch Prime somewhere else. Remember to go back to that other channel too, because it falls off. You have to refresh that buff basically on the page.
Yeah, so I mean, plugging Twitch Prime or any subscription-based stuff, I mean, I always do it on every show with my other guests, that, you know, if you're doing it to Preach, Novel, Taliesin, Evitel, you know, wherever else you're doing it, you know, to maybe the Salt Queen, then definitely jump in there and resub.
I'm doing it for myself. It's great.
Twitch Prime is a blessing and a curse, I would say. It's an amazing integration, but it's, as a broadcaster, it's always funny, like every month, all of a sudden, like 2 or 3 dozen sub points just fall to the nether, and you're like, oh, you get kind of used to it, I suppose. But yeah, that is a fun one. You have this little graph to watch the sub points, but I can't really fit that on my overlay, so it's fine. It'll be in the show notes if you're on Patreon, you'll see it there. So, yep. So I guess YouTube-wise, we went over this last June, this past June. YouTube is weird because my YouTube page, basically because the adpocalypse stuff and the algorithm changes happened at the end of last year, early this year. And that's when the switch happened, right? It's been about a year since the algorithm stuff changed. And so I don't post enough on YouTube because they want daily, if not multiple videos a week at a higher runtime, just for saturation on your channel. They want YouTubers to act like TV production companies now, which, honestly. So we haven't really gained a lot of subs on YouTube. We were at 67,000 in June, and we're at 69,000 now. And yeah, it's weird. That stat is always funny to me. The one that I always look at that are crazy, though, is that back in June, we just broke 12 million channel views, 12.1 million. And today we're almost at 13. So almost 1 million channel views in 6 months, which is, I would say, pretty good. Likes versus dislikes, it's a weird number. We're at 14.8 thousand likes to only 6.3 thousand dislikes, which is just like tiny. I don't even know what percent that is. Less than 8% easily. So that's good. And then overall watch time for 2017. I love that stat. Overall watch time on the channel in 2017 only is 57 years and 251 days. Almost 58 years of my channel has been watched on YouTube in 2017. It's not even over yet. There's a month left. So those stats are a little bit interesting to me because I'm not really a YouTuber, as many of you know that are out there listening to this right now or watching, that I'm very much like 85 to 80% Twitch. I'm mostly a broadcaster, live show host, etc. And YouTube is sort of like it's an archive mostly. I want to make some stuff for YouTube. Obviously, like the kill videos go up there, and some discussion videos will happen intermittently because I have no schedule for them directly. But I know that when I tested those out, they obviously hit really well. They were kind of clickbaity, which is, again, that's how you have to title things on YouTube now. But when I made those 3 discussion videos that I made, those all blew up. So I want to make more of those. And it'll happen just when it happens. I'm not sure specifically, but YouTube's a weird place. It's a weird place.
It's on the to-do list, basically.
Yeah, it's on the to-do list. Did you want to go over maybe Patreon real quick? Because we talked about that so much today earlier on the show.
Sure. Well, Patreon's doing well, and especially after date, doing better. So what I'm about to tell you with stats is definitely now out of date. So
yeah, it is a little bit out of date.
This is as of 2 hours ago, I guess. There's a graph that you'll see in the show notes for all of the patrons. We've grown, we've 150% since last December. There was a bit of a drop in a few months ago, basically back in August, September timeframe. And then since June, I guess I kind of said that backwards. Since June, we've grown 112%, and that's due to there being a drop between June and now in the August, September timeframe. So things kind of went back a little bit, but they are in the recovery phase, basically. So Patreon's doing well, and we're hoping to see a lot of growth there, especially with the new Patreon update phase 1, and there's more Patreon updates to come.
No, there absolutely is. Well, like the big thing is when we finally get the art and we can squish that all together, we'll get that all done. I don't know how much more we could add to these tiers though, but I think we'll probably find some things to clean up for sure. But again, that's a huge page. I know it's a kind of a weird thing. There's a back and forth on Patreon that I'm talking to some friends about that do this as well, is that you have to go to a different website, make sure you're logged in, go to the posts and read and go through said posts, right? So, which is fine, but there's like extra clicks and that sort of turns people off. I get it. That's sort of how the internet works in that regard. But that's why we wanted to do physical things too. So if you get us updated with stuff for the shirts and the birthday cards and the Christmas cards, then you don't have to click anything. Once you sign up and pledge, then you'll just get these things as they happen, which is why it's like a back and forth. Because if you don't go on Patreon, you don't get the BTS podcast or the show notes. So it's, yeah. Well, I mean, Chaos, I think more people are turned off by spending $100 a month like me. Well, that's if you want to get all of this. Because obviously the assistant producer rank used to be a limited one. But I took that limit away in case people wanted to actually be that generous, which is totally fine. Who am I to tell you how to spend your money? But there are different ways that Patreon has worked for different people. Because some patrons, they have just like no tiers. And their reward is that they keep doing what you want to do. And you just pledge whatever you want to pledge. But I like having, because again, I'm very film mind oriented. And there are different jobs in the film world and different positions in the film world that you work on, right? Like gaffing, lighting, etc., DP, all this kind of stuff. And I like to have tangible, like, tiers. It makes more sense to me. So Twitter, on the other hand, Twitter's weird. If you don't do like giveaways on Twitter and push the crap out of it and make viral tweets or hashtag spam and get something trending, we were at just over 20,000 in December. Barely at just over 20,000 in June, 20.1. We just broke 20,800. So Twitter just kind of happens. I've also been pruning. I used a program or a paid service to go through and forcibly unfollow, which I didn't know you could do that. Apparently there's like scripts that Twitter can run through websites that can make people unfollow you. So I did that when the summer crazy porn bot apocalypse on Twitter happened and unfollowed something like 800 accounts. It was a lot. So that brought the number down, but I'd rather not have bots following my Twitter that just randomly spam me with nonsense. So Twitter's interesting, but for those that like stats, so we've gained like 700 to 800. Hopefully they're all not robots. But we did do the BlizzCon virtual ticket giveaway courtesy of Blizzard that we did on multiple platforms recently, which was a lot of fun. And then I guess Facebook is like the exact same, just to wrap up other stats. We've been about like 5,000 likes on Facebook in June, and we're basically under 5,000 likes on Facebook now, which Facebook's weird now because you can monetize it. I don't really want to do Facebook videos, but I might do Facebook videos because they just get all the views. It's so viral depending on what you put out on there. So we'll see. This is kind of the stuff that we'll get information from you in the survey if we should do certain things.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And I guess, did you want to tease art stuff? I already talked about Tutron, but there's someone else that you could tease for art before we just take questions from chat?
Sure. I am pleased to announce that we have Fabelina, everyone's favorite, on board. She's going to be working with us on our upcoming artwork for our shirt that we are going to be putting out in March, for the patrons first, and then for the general population afterwards. Right now, we are in the phase that we, I guess the ideas phase with Fabelina, trying to figure out what kind of stuff we're trimming down ideas, so to speak. But we have Fabelina on board to make the artwork for us for our next shirt. So that's coming up, and we'll have it all ready by the time spring arrives. And yeah, that's the exciting announcement. We have Fabelina, which she's really hard to get commissioned because she's so popular. So we're excited to say we have Fabelina back because she's done a lot of the previous Final Boss art and previous Final Boss shirts as well, such as the if you watch obviously the WoW cinematic trailer, you might be a fan of Jaina, or I'm sorry, Jaina, for example, but what I meant to say was Sylvanas, and we have that Sylvanas shirt and like the chibi version of Sylvanas. Maybe you want to pick one of those up. Maybe we'll do a chibi version of something else. Maybe we'll do something completely different that you've never seen before. I guess you'll have to wait and see, but patrons will get it first, and then the general public will get it next.
Yep. The little final bosses were the series that Faye and I did over a year ago now, it feels like. Probably more than that. But yeah, the Arthas, the Dark Lady, the Eridar twins, the Ragnaros, Illidan, and the holiday special from 2015, which, yeah, that's 2 years ago now, which you'll get this year if you are on the $25 tier for the holiday shirt this year. So we will do that in the future. She has 6 shirts that we put together, but then those took about a year to make those 6. So now we're cutting it back slightly and working in other artists to do a few, because Tutron will be in there, Fabelina. There might be some designed ones that could be text based. We'll see. We're looking at other avenues because certain apparel pieces hit really well, and others just like I launched them and they sell like 2, which happens, right? That happens. That totally happens.
But speaking of DBH, you had that page up just now. We did also want to announce that we're going to be retiring some of the World First Kill shirts from last expansion. So if you were interested in getting any of those and you've kind of been sorry about the cat, if you've been back and forth on whether you want to pick one of those up, DBH has a really good sale going on right now where you can get 25% off your whole order. So instead of the shirt being $24, it'll be $16. And if your order is $50 or more, it's free domestic shipping, I believe. Now's the time to pick one of those up.
No, it's worldwide.
It is worldwide.
It's worldwide shipping.
Well, holy cow, guys. Better go DBH shopping now. But those shirts are going to be retired. So make sure you pick up those World First Kill shirts if you're interested in those. Because they are going to be retired. And actually, I didn't add this to the show notes, but I am going to actually answer this now, and I'll put this in the announcements tab too in Discord. Bay and I talked about it, and those of you that were asking about the limited edition shirts, that was the Subpoint unlock. We have figured something out to get you guys your shirts. The international people, that's probably the worst way to phrase that. If you were outside the US and you weren't able to get your Amazon merch shirt for the get that at cost, the best way we found to get that to you is actually through DBH. I don't have the link ready for you right now. I'll have that to you, let's say by tomorrow, as soon as I can get that to go live. But we will have the shirt available for a limited time through the first week of December. we'll have that on DBH for you. So you can see that on your screen. That is the Final Boss TV Legion logo. It's going to be for 25% off, basically. So instead of being $24, it's going to be $16, I believe, is how math works. $18. So you can pick that up on Designed by Humans. If you throw another shirt into your order, it's going to have free shipping. So unfortunately, it's not going to be as low of a cost as it was through the Amazon merch way, but it is designed by humans. So I think the quality might be a little bit better, and we might be able to get a little bit better color selection for you as well. So that's the best avenue that we found for our international viewers. So
Yeah,
I'll be sharing the link on Discord and such for those.
It was this art. This was the key art we had made for Legion, specifically the Final Boss TV Legion bannerized. So that didn't get seen anywhere else. So that's why we were making it that limited edition one. So we couldn't, when we made the Amazon affiliate shirt sale, which did well, it was only for US only, because the Amazon affiliate apparel store just came out and doesn't have worldwide shipping yet, which we didn't know in all the fine print when we launched it. So we'll be launching it again. So if you missed the first time, you could technically get it again on DBH, but again, it will be a short window of time, like a week-ish, that it'll be available for you guys. Then it'll just go away. Then it'll go away into the nether, but it's the full Legion logo with the banner. So people like the combination, I suppose, but I have seen selfies with it at the place that everything is good. We'll have to replicate that with the back end with DBH, so it should be okay.
Yeah, I wore it at BlizzCon for on Thursday, so I took a lot of selfies in it. Of course, I thought it looked amazing, as you could tell from all the selfies.
But we have we'll do like 10 minutes if you guys have questions. We're at about like almost 2 hours right now, I think. So we're looking good on time. So yeah, just a little over. But if you have any questions for us for the show, oh, that one's been asked before, Desafee, about chance. I don't know. I don't think so. I have no problem with chance, but Soda Poppin' and his... Like, it's more likely that Asmongold would come back on the show again, because I have no problem with Zach either. He's fine. I met him, and it's one of my most viral tweets from BlizzCon when I met him at the Hilton, and we hung out, and I fixed his hoodie because he's just an absolute mess, which I don't know if that's really him or if it's just his character he uses all the time. So I don't think I'd ever interview Soda Poppin', though. I don't think our communities would mesh well. There are other interviews and sort of spotlights or specials coming up that are not directly tied to World of Warcraft. I've been teasing about Skill Up and possibly Eric's. Want to do a special coming up here soon where we break down like the first and third person world, like Division, Monster Hunter, Anthem, Destiny 2. Just have like a 2-hour powwow about those kind of games. That's the kind of games they cover on their YouTube channels. So we could do that and sort of like a journey in that side of YouTube. I've been in back and forth here and there talks with Spazzy about like breaking into like a League of Legends themed show, because he mostly plays League of Legends. And there's a couple others that are on the docket. Cox and Krendor special has been something that I've wanted to do for like 2 years, ever since that I sat down and fished with Krendor on his channel. If you haven't listened to that yet, it's like almost 2 years old now with Fishing with Krendor. You can go to WoW Krendor's channel, scroll down through his fishing playlist, and I'm right there. We talked about WoW dorky stuff for over an hour. So that'll be a thing. There are other ones that I would like to do, because the show format, I would love to have maybe 3 or 4 shows that are WoW themed, and then like one that's not. And maybe 2 or 3 shows that are WoW themed and one that's not. So we'll see. We will definitely see. When do you think you'll pick up the Switch? The Switch will happen around next couple of weeks with Christmas sales and whatever going on. Maybe Cyber Monday tomorrow, if it looks good, if there's stuff on Amazon that I can do. But I will have to see, because I need another capture card. I need to make sure that my computer can handle all that stuff. Then I can do it all with the 2 capture cards that I have, because this one has to have one as well. So little logistics that I have to worry about and figure out. So Why don't the BTS podcast go up on the Patreon RSS feed? I didn't know Patreon had an RSS feed, but I also didn't know they didn't. Roderick, they go up on Patreon and they're linked because they're behind the $2 wall? I'm not sure. What's Gara saying? It would be cool to do an interview with big people from other MMOs like Wooden Potatoes from Guild Wars 2. Talk about how different MMOs stack up problems the game industry might have. That'd be a cool show. I'd love to talk to other people about it. I mean, the branching out of other games is very, very important to me right now to figure out the best way to do that. I would love to. I don't know anything about those games. I have no idea. I wouldn't know even where to start. So I would look like a complete ignoramus. I have to do some research. But yeah, if Guild Wars 2 has a following that is good enough that there are some content creators in that realm that I could interview and talk about the game, that would be good. Okay.
And Guild Wars 2 is all about the jumping puzzles.
It's true enough.
Play it, babe.
Get Breath of the Wild and say goodbye to other games. Well, the Switch stream, I'm getting Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. And I'm also getting Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart. So we can play Splatoon and Mario Kart multiplayer games. When we do multiplayer streams, we could also play those games as well. We have definitely multiplayer games we play on stream right now, like Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball, and the Jackbox Party Pack 3 and 4 games. I still want to tease the idea of doing a big sub Civ 6 or Civ Beyond Earth Rising Tide campaign. But that's roughly 4 to 6 hours to like play a game to completion, which could be fun. So we've tried that before with Stellaris, but Stellaris I think is a much slower paced game that is a little more open ended than the board game version, you know, of Civ 6. So we shall see. If and when you get a Switch, we'll stream Zelda. Yeah, that's the whole point, Desiphi, is that the inaugural Switch stream is 12 hours of Breath of the Wild with breaks, dressed as either Zelda or Link, and you guys vote on what I dress up as. Wait, how do I enable audio RSS for my patrons? You want to grab that link? See, we'll look into that later. That could be good.
Yep.
Bronze switched his... Wait, what? Bronze, what are you doing? Is it possible for another dev interview? I haven't reached out specifically yet, and we can just talk to Jay about this. I don't think Blizzard is doing any more dev interviews outside of BlizzCon or junkets. If they were to do like a Battle for Azeroth junket where they bring people out and like they have like a 1 or 2 day summit thing somewhere in LA or whatever. Because they do the dev Q&As now with Lore, with Josh Allen on their own channel. I find they've locked that part of that away. Now that's for like Ian and devs and people that are on that team. I don't know. Should I tease?
You should.
It's very possible that we could have a Taryn Gregory show in the coming months, where we sit down with Taryn Gregory and maybe one of his minions and talk about the cinematics team and the development of the cinematics team at Blizzard as a whole. So that's...
We have asked.
We have asked.
In process. We've reached out.
I've known Taryn for like 3+ years now. I kind of want to, I would consider him just like a friend in real life, not to like name drop. I know Taryn Gregory, but I hung out with him. I hang out with him and his wife every time I go to BlizzCon, right? Like Diva and I have hung out without Taryn and vice versa. So that dynamic duo they have there. And then what I've talked to Taryn about for so long and the projects I want to do, I joke about this, but it could be a thing one day. If I ever take the blue or apply to Blizzard, I'd only want to work at the cinematics department because it wouldn't impact anything I do with WoW as a game, with my show or the live stream, because I don't have any direct part of that on the dev side. Like I would never want to work CM or in the dev team or the production team. I want to work for Taryn. I'd want to be the guy that gets the coffee for the guy that gets his coffee or something like that. So
I want to be the CM. I would take the blue. That's why I'm wearing blue right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So Blizzard hirers that are out there.
Yep. That'd be a great show.
Shameless plug right there.
To bring Taryn on. Why don't you see if you can interview them about things already announced or not ask questions about new stuff? See, I just don't know if they'll do dev interviews anymore outside of like the big junkets, or if they'll do things that are with fan podcasts or shows anymore. Because I've had dev interviews before, but they were back before they did their own dev interviews. So, yeah. Terran is cool. I had to camp. You had to camp him at Gamescom to meet. You did, Latest. You did. You totally did. Absolutely. It's still weird when I bumped into Terran like Wednesday at the Hilton, where I was just like, I just saw you overseas in Germany. We have a weird life, you know? Because I did. I hung out with him like all night one night when we were out eating and drinking in the streets of Germany. So it's a very different feel. And I always make fun of him whenever I see him because of all the stuff that he knows. But I would love to work on the cinematics team. Editor or a gopher or the production side of things, that'd be great. Where do we find the Bay nudes? They don't exist. The closest you'll get is like...
never exist.
The closest you'll get is the Bay body pillow. If that ever exists. If that'll exist. T.I. asked, do you love me? You know, about as much as a really good steak. Which could be really good, but also really terrible.
You really love steak, so that means you really love TI.
Depends on the steak and the company involved in therein, because you can get some bad steak.
Oh, my favorite WoW boss of all time is definitely Siegecrafter Black Fuse, because I was a brewmaster monk for that, and that was a really rough fight for me. But we did it.
Sounds good.
Siegecrafter Black Fuse.
I still think mine is like, I don't even know. I always say Heroic Lei Shen, I think.
Heroic Lei Shen, interesting.
Yeah. But it's like a cop-out answer for all hardcore raiders. In wait, what?
Searching for the hidden boss, like, I would say that's the worst boss fight of all time. Am I thinking of the right boss?
Heroic Lei Shen was the guy with the pillars and the 4 quadrants at the end of the Throne of Thunder. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of the water boss that like went and hid and like tried to push you off the edge. That was right before Shaw of.
Oh
Pride.
no, that's Li Shi.
Oh, Lei Shi. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Heroic Lei
yeah.
Shen. That's okay. That's an okay answer.
Oh, Stonebridge asked, how do I join the Final Boss crew? We went over that earlier in the show. I mean, depending on what you want to help with, either editing or camera work at events or art or anything like that, and you just either hit us up on Twitter, either one of us, or email. The email is on my Twitter. So, Mythic KJ, best fight ever? Oh, yeah, totally. Totally the best fight ever. My best WoW experience you had since started playing? I mean, killing Muru always comes to mind, even though we killed Muru twice, then my guild collapsed at the time, because that's what Muru did to guilds back then. So it was a good boss in SWTOR. I want to raid in SWTOR again, just don't have time. But I posted a video about that fight on YouTube, didn't you? Oh, you did. Hermit said about that Black Fuse back in the day when you posted YouTube videos. Mythic Gorfium was awful. Absolutely awful.
How soon before the Zillions DBM voice pack? Soon, TM. It'll be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep. Oh, you were Empire side, Conic? I don't think we can be friends anymore. I don't know. It's fine. I'm just dogging on you. Favorite mod in chat?
Pick me, bae. I'm the safe answer.
Definitely not one that starts with a Z.
Oh, rude.
But if anyone else had any questions, that's about it. I vote for a Bay DBM voice pack. So people have told me like my voice is really soothing, or that I a lot of it is, I think, the mixer. I don't know if you guys are hearing the same thing I'm hearing. So, but no, Taliesin and Evitel need to make a DBM voice pack.
I sent them all of the information, by the way.
Yeah, because when you wipe, it has to have like a randomized thing where Taliesin comes on, and just start saying, well, you were working really well on the last bit of that fight. You actually got into the next percentage, and it was a great try. It was fine. No, it was a shit show, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time. And then Evitel can do the countdowns, and Taliesin can call things out. That'd be so good. So good. Speaking of that, go buy T&E's shirts, by the way. It takes like 3 weeks to get to you, but it's worth it. I wore it on the last show, 2 shows ago. So.
Mine's on its way. I ordered mine already. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Shameless T&E plug. I'm so excited to see it.
Mm-hmm. But anything else that we have? I mean, that's about it. The next show is coming up again. Next Sunday is the 12-hour mix stream with nuggets, chicken nuggets of the nuggety chicken variety. If you want to join me in that, it'll probably be at 2 p.m. Eastern to 2 a.m., which will be, that's around 7 or 8 o'clock European times, depending on where you are in the world. So you could join me for dinner with a whole bunch of chicken nuggets and take selfies eating said chicken nuggets with your dipping sauces of choice. Chicken nuggets are basically just a delivery device for sauce. So basically I'm going to be eating sauce with the side of chicken nuggets. So there'll be no squid eating stream. Ugh. Damn it. TI. Damn it.
Is there any squid in the WoW cookbook? Because there could be squid eating stream for that sub point unlock.
Oh, yeah, very true. Yeah, there's a sub point unlocked down there that you'll get Bay cooking streams. So the nugget stream, will you be double Bay? What? No. I'm not eating 12 hours of nuggets. I'll just have some and we'll eat them at the start of the stream or wherever, and then that'll be it. I'm not doing the 50 nuggets again because that was just a nightmare when I tried before.
Nuggets. It's over 12 hours. I mean, you might get hungry at the end and you'll want more nuggets.
Squid nuggets. The Ajaran seafood salad could have squid in it. Ajari seafood salad.
There you go. Brent told the truth. There you go.
I will gladly eat 12 hours of nuggets. I don't know if the phrasing on that is what I like. But alrighty then. I'm going to go hit this button over here. Chat, we're going to get out of here. So that flew by. So thank you very much for tuning in to episode number 157. This is the year-end 2017 channel update, future site, Patreon, daily harvest, designed by humans update madness. I was sitting down with my brand manager, Zillions. You can go follow her on the Twitters at Zillions with 2 Z's.
Do I get my shout-outs, Bae?
Yes, you do.
I do? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to be heartbroken.
No, of course
I'd like to
you have
shout
shout-outs.
out. I think my parents are watching. I was so excited to finally be on Final Boss
Oh, gosh.
that I told my parents to download Twitch to their Xbox so they can watch it on their TV. So if they're watching, hi, Mom. And shout out to Alpha on Whisperwind. They're still recruiting, by the way.
Oh, gosh.
That's my new tagline. But for real, they're a mythic raiding guild on Whisperwind, and they're a great bunch of people. I don't raid officially with them anymore, but they still let me call Alpha home. So thanks to those guys. And yeah, and I also wanted to say that I stream now part-time, and it's mildly entertaining. So if you're ever really bored and want something silly to watch, check me out on Twitch. It's also Zillions, and I make funny faces and squeal at creepers that come up behind me and blow my Minecraft stuff up. So that's it for my shoutouts. And also I have to shout out the Lost Codex boys and the Amateur Hour boys because they're my new besties, and I got to meet them at BlizzCon, and they're the best. So thanks to Bae, I got to meet those guys and make some really good friends.
Yeah, they're all right.
So that's all.
They're passable gentlemen. Speaking of which, I still have some Stroop waffles left. I only have like 1 a day. There's like 5 left in here. I shouldn't eat these based on my diet change. I think there's 5 or 6 left in here. They're mini Stroop waffles. Oh, they're so good. But again, there are the class update shows for like Mage Hunter, Warlock, Rogue, and then 1 tanking, 1 healing are on the horizon. Maybe. Depends on when beta comes out. There'll be the special stream next week, and then there's 2 weeks, and then there's 2 weeks off because of Christmas and New Year's. So we'll get those into your eye holes in your ear holes soon enough. Of course, I'm trying to do a year-end special again with Brutal and the man he sings to, the treasure that we all miss. So we'll see about that in the future. But until next week, everybody, trust in your Seal of Artifact power. Get to 75 traits before Antorus opens on Tuesday. I'll be streaming all week Antorus raids. Oh, my body isn't ready. But until then, everybody, all right? Wait! You know how to wave. Do it. Do wave. Yeah. Alrighty. I'll run